so we're here at the Armagh Planetarium. So this is Sinead McNichol. And Sinead, can you just tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here?
Yes, well, at the planetarium here we focus on bringing astronomy to the masses in a fun and exciting way. What we'll have here is just a few of the posters that we'll sell in our shop. First of all, we have Man on the Moon. This is Edwin Aldrin Jr. We've also got an Earthrise here as well. We have launch of Apollo 11, and just below it we have astronaut James B. Irwin on the moon as well. So these are just some of the things that you can actually see and buy here at the planetarium itself. This is our astronaut here at the planetarium. This is a great spot for children. Whenever they come in, they see the astronaut and they can't believe they're seeing an astronaut. They go up and shake his hand. And we've also got our piece of the moon here as well, which the kids can go up onto, and they love getting their picture taken here. So this would be a very popular spot, especially during the summertime. A great photo opportunity for the children.
This is where all the photographs happen, is it?
This is where the photographs happen.
Brilliant. Okay.
We're coming into the main exhibition area here. This is the Galileo Hall. We've got a few exhibits. We've got 3D shows and different exhibits as well. Our first exhibit here is a rocket. Basically, it was taken off the Blue Streak rocket. Unfortunately, it didn't actually make it into space. However, the funding was cut. It didn't actually make it into space, but luckily for us, we've actually got the rocket. So whenever visitors come here, they can actually come up and see a real rocket engine.
Fantastic. Never seen one myself.
No. In here, the main feature would be this up on the roof.
What is that now?
This is the International Space Station.
Okay.
So this is actually where astronauts will go to in space. So can you have a guess how many astronauts might be up there at the moment?
Oh God, I have no idea.
There's actually three. There's three astronauts up there right now. So that's where they live. They eat up there, sleep up there, do their work up there, and they can stay up there for about 6 months at a time. And they can't stay any longer than 6 months because you actually lose calcium from your bones in space.
Oh.
So they have to come back down to Earth after about 6 months.
And can they go back up then again, or?
Yeah, they can rotate, but once they come back down to Earth, they go through the normal medical procedures to make sure they are healthy and fit. But yeah, they can make multiple trips up to the International Space Station.
Wow. Where are those astronauts from that would go up there? Are they from America? Or
Usually, yeah, will it be NASA astronauts would go up. You've also got Russian astronauts as well. It is the International Space Station, so you've got and you've Canadian astronauts have went up as well.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different astronauts from different nationalities. But if you think about things that you do up there in space, of course you're always floating. So it's amazing to think what they'll be doing up there right now.
Yeah, what exactly are they doing? Like what's going on up there? What are they looking for? What work are they doing?
Well, on the space station, they're doing experiments. They're seeing how the human body reacts to microgravity. They can be doing experiments, medical experiments, with maybe new cures for diseases and things like that. Or they could be studying things out in space as well. In a vacuum, space is a vacuum, so it's a great place to do experiments as well. But as I said, they're floating about up there. I think it would be amazing.
Yeah,
I'd love to try it. But if you can imagine sleeping up there, it'd be difficult. You're always floating, so they have to stay in sleeping bags, kind of chain themselves onto the walls of the space station to make sure that they don't float off.
Incredible.
And eating in space as well is pretty difficult as well.
Food will be floating away.
Food will be floating away, that's right. So they have to kind of be very careful with the type of food they bring up. A lot of dried food, and in our shop, of course, you can get the astronaut ice cream, which people love to try as well.
Oh, what's that?
Well, it's ice cream. It's a bit different from what we have though, or what we're used to. It's actually dry and it's crunchy. But once you actually taste it, it actually does taste like real ice cream. It's pretty good.
Might have to try one of those the way I understand.
Definitely. See, you've probably stopped Donegal here, but it's looks like it's water.
I'm sure they won't mind.
No. So visitors can actually stand on the map as well. Children love it. It'll be like they're giants walking across as well. And it's quite a nice picture as well. You can take a picture just from the balcony there, looking down, and it's very nice as well.
Brilliant.
Okay. Just looking over here, this is our Hubble Space Telescope. It's a model of it.
Yeah.
In real life, this would be about the size of this room. So it's a huge structure up in space. It was sent up in 1990, and it is probably the best well-known telescope in the world. So it's actually taking pictures up in space, and as I said, it's still in operation today. It's still orbiting up in space as well. One of the most famous photographs it has probably ever taken is actually this one, just up on the cathedral window. So just around the planetarium here, we've got a few cathedral windows with different images. This one is called the Hubble Ultra Deep Field. So what do you think you're looking at whenever you're looking at this image?
Stars, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we get stars a lot. Some people think it's planets. It's not stars. There's only 3 stars in that image.
Oh, okay.
Every point of light that you see, apart from those 3 stars, are actually galaxies.
Really?
Outside our Milky Way galaxy. So, our Milky Way galaxy contains billions of stars. You're looking at 10,000 galaxies there, outside of our Milky Way, with billions of stars in them as well.
So we're tiny in comparison.
Exactly, yeah. So, the Hubble Ultra Deep Field, picture this.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to hold your thumb up to the sky, this picture is about the size of your thumbnail as you hold it up to the sky. So if you can imagine moving your thumb across the sky, just how many galaxies are potentially out there as well.
We don't know the half of it, do we?
We don't know the half of it. So that's a really nice picture, and it was taken by the Hubble Space Telescope. A probe that was sent to Mars. It's called the Beagle 2.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it was a bit of a failure. So
Okay.
this was a European attempt to send a space probe to Mars. It was due to come in and land on Christmas Day, and something kind of strange happened to it. So they spent a lot of money on it. It had got the whole way to Mars, and as it was coming into land, it actually, they don't know what happened to it. So it could have broken as it landed. Maybe the parachutes didn't open, or maybe just the radio stopped working. But nobody actually knows what happened to Beagle 2. They sent other satellites up to kind of scan the Martian surface to try and look for it, but they've never actually found it. So this was a bit of a failure.
So it's still up there?
It's still up there somewhere,
Oh, okay.
but nobody knows why it stopped communication, basically. So it is up on the Martian surface, but
Okay.
we just don't know what happened to it.
Strange.
Yeah, and we do get kids who like to walk through our Mars sand as well. They think it's real sand, and they like to take little bits of it home. Just over at the far side then, we have the Viking. This was a success. It was sent up by NASA, and just at the back here you can see this is a real picture that the Viking lander took of the Martian surface. So this is Mars basically here.
Oh, wow.
You can see it's very rocky and dusty.
See, it is the red planet, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Very red looking.
Yeah. So, well, the reason why it's actually called the red planet is, do you know why maybe?
I don't know. Is it the iron or something?
It is, yeah. It's the surface has got iron oxide
Okay.
on its surface, which is basically rust.
Okay.
So it's a
That's what
rusty
gives it the
planet.
red colour.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
So it is a rusty planet. But if you were to land on Mars, it would kind of have a pinky reddy sky as well,
Oh.
because there is wind on Mars, and
It's
it'll
blowing all the dust around.
blowing the dust around. That would be, I think, it would be nice to see the
Yeah.
pinky reddy sky as well.
This one looks a lot more impressive than...
It does,
Sadly.
yeah. It does look a lot more impressive. You can see it's got satellites on it
Yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
and it's almost unmistakable as well with its American flags and its
Yeah.
badges. So yeah, definitely
decked out.
a great success. Brilliant.
Okay.
So in this room as well, we've got a few 3D walls. So the 3D glasses are a little bit different from the ones we used in the last room. They're your kind of old school style of glasses. It's just these
The
ones
red
here.
and blue, is it?
The red, yeah, these ones here. So you just
Oh,
pop
yeah.
them on and gonna
Have a go.
give them a try.
Where is this
We've
here?
got a 3D wall here,
Okay.
so you might feel like Mars is coming out at you.
Oh wow.
And
Coming towards me.
And we've also got a 3D wall just behind you
Another
as
one?
well.
Oh my goodness. Oh, they were great, aren't they? I bet the kids love them.
The kids love it, yeah.
Oh, they're fantastic. Oh, they are more old school. I remember
Yeah,
those ones.
definitely. So just in this room as well, we've just got a few like computers that the children can go onto as well, learn a little bit more about Mars. So
Okay.
they're having fun at the same time, and
It's
at the same
interactive.
time- interactive
Keeps
and
them
learning.
engaged.
Exactly, yeah.
That's great. I like it.
Okay.
So when was the planetarium built?
It was built back in the 60s.
Quite
So it's
old
been,
then.
yeah, it's been here for quite a while. Now, the entrance where we came in would have been the original building. This part here was then built on as a main exhibition area. So actually the main thing that we would do here at the planetarium is the digital theatre shows.
Oh.
So they're up in our digital theatre, you sit back, nice reclining seats, and everything's up on the roof.
Okay.
So everything's 360 degrees as well. So you feel like you're actually going up into space at times, which is a great experience.
Yeah.
So that part was the old part of the planetarium. This is all basically the new bit, yeah.
Okay.
This is just sort of to show what the spaceship will look like, because I think to everybody it's recognisable.
Yeah.
I think it will have all seen videos of
The
the
television is going up.
Yeah. So we thought we'd still keep it here. We've got the rocket boosters just in behind it there as well. So this could carry up to 8 passengers.
Oh,
So
okay.
good, and it was also a place where astronauts could sleep and eat as well. So if they wanted to work up in space, if they weren't going to the International Space Station,
We can use this.
they could use that, yeah.
Okay. So what are all these symbols on the side?
The symbols on the side, these are the space patches. So every mission that goes into space has a different space patch for the astronauts, and it's the astronauts who get to design it as well. So you'll see lots of different patterns there, lots of different images as well,
Yeah.
and their names, the astronauts' names on it as well.
Okay.
Probably the most famous one would be the Apollo 11 space patch,
Yes.
which we actually have here.
And I've heard of that.
Yeah. So this is the most famous one, of course. It is man landed on the moon.
Yeah.
So it was actually one of the astronauts, Michael Collins. Probably not the most well known of the Apollo 11 astronauts, because he stayed on board, but he designed it. And what he decided to put on it was an eagle, which is the sign of America. And you can see the eagle is holding an olive branch, which is the sign of peace.
Yeah.
We like to tell kids they didn't know what they were going up there to find. They could have been aliens, so
Yeah.
we were sure they were coming in peace.
Could have been anything there.
Yeah. And you can also see the moon, what he thought the moon would look like, and the earth in behind it as well. So it is one of the most famous. I think it's the nicest one as well.
Brilliant. Beautiful. Okay. So
making our way down the corridor here, we have our meteorite collection.
Oh. Okay.
So I'll bring you to the biggest meteorite on display in the whole of Ireland.
This is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is real. So if you touch
Wow.
it, you're touching a real space
Can I
rock.
touch it?
You can indeed, yeah.
Oh, just this rock. I don't know what I was expecting.
So it is a real space rock that
Yeah.
you've touched. This has been floating around in space at one time.
Amazing.
Now this one fell 4,000 years ago,
Okay.
and it fell in Argentina, and then we have acquired it. This one is made of iron, and it's got a little bit of nickel and cobalt in it as well.
Okay.
But meteorites tend to be very dense as well. This meteorite's just sitting on this table, so you can maybe try and see how heavy it is, if you could maybe
Will I
lift
be able to
it.
lift it? I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
It's not going to happen.
It weighs 22 stone.
That's probably why I
Yeah.
lifted it, yeah.
So they tend to be very, very dense.
Okay.
Denser than what a normal stone from Earth would be.
Okay.
But you can see this one has a black outer crust on it, because of course whenever meteorites come across and down through our atmosphere,
Okay.
they burn up and create huge fireballs up in the sky.
Okay.
So you'll see it's got this black outer crust.
So charred or something, is it?
Yeah, just from burning up as it came through the atmosphere. But you'll see, because it is made of metal, you will see little bits now that have started to rust as well. So it is the oldest thing that you'll ever touch as well.
It's amazing.
It's the start of the solar system, 4.5 billion years old. So it is pretty nice to have here as well.
Definitely. So if it was found in Argentina, how has it come to be here?
Well, I went to a museum,
Okay.
and then we got some funding to actually display it here at the planetarium.
Okay.
So we've basically bought it to have on display here, and we encourage people to come up and touch the space rock, because we're pretty sure nobody's going to run out of the planetarium with it.
No, everybody would be very fit to run around.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you think any of these meteorites might have fallen in Ireland at all?
Not as impressive as that, I would
No.
imagine, no.
No, there have been a few.
Okay.
We have one of them on display as well. It's just over in this case, and it's called the Bovedi meteorite. It's just up in the top corner here.
A lot smaller.
It is. Now, this one fell in 1969, same year as the moon landings.
Okay.
Coincidentally,
yeah.
and it fell in a place called Bovedi. It's near Garva up in Derry.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a strange story behind this meteorite, however.
Okay.
Because as it was coming through the atmosphere, it actually broke off into two pieces. This is the half of it that fell in Bovedi. The other half of it actually went through somebody's roof.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was in Sprucefield near Belfast.
So it was a bit of a shock.
It was a bit of a shock, yeah. It was actually a police station roof, so it was, yeah.
That would land in the right place.
Yeah, that's it. But no one was actually there at the time.
Okay.
Whenever it
That's
came
good.
through, it was at night. It was actually a cleaning lady who found it the next day. She kind of seen a hole in the roof, looked down, she's seen something like this just sitting on a desk.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice to find as well.
Yeah.
But
it looks as though it was sliced nearly.
it does,
material.
yeah. It didn't slice directly like this.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Somebody's done that.
Somebody's done it, yeah, just to
Okay.
show the inside of it, because you can actually see how a meteorite's made up.
Yeah.
And you can see the little chondrules inside it as well. So that's basically just to show how, what a meteorite is actually made up of.
Okay. Just to show everybody.
Yeah, so it didn't actually slice directly.
Okay, perfect. I was a bit worried about that.
Yeah. So as it was coming across the atmosphere,
Mhm.
somebody in Wales actually seen it,
Mhm.
and they took a picture of it. And this
Okay.
is a picture of the fireball that it made
Oh,
coming across
wow.
in the sky.
So this is exactly this one.
This is this one coming across the sky, yeah. So somebody took a picture of it in Wales, and then it's landed here, which is pretty amazing as well.
There's always somebody with a camera, isn't there?
There is, even in 1969.
Yeah.
This is where you can sit down, recline, look at the stars, relax beneath the stars.
Yeah.
So you can see things like planets. We can show you landing on the moon.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice, relaxing place. This would be the main thing that we would do here.
This is beautiful. I really feel like I'm in space.
Yeah. So we've got different shows where you'll actually start on Earth
Uh-huh.
and make your way right up into the stars. So it actually does feel like you're actually moving up into space, and you get children and families coming out and say, were we moving in there? And you have to tell them, no, you definitely weren't moving.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is my favourite part so far.
So we've got a lot of different shows on a typical Saturday,
Mhm.
or during the summer, July and August, we'll run 6 shows a day.
Yeah.
And they all range from shows that suit preschoolers.
Mhm.
So we've got a wee show designed for them at 11 o'clock every day, and it's only about 15 minutes long. It's a free show,
Okay.
and it just introduces them to the stars and the sun and the moon in a fun way.
Yeah.
And then as the day goes on, we'll have different shows, some aimed at
different age
kids
groups.
and some at adults. Yeah.
Just looking there was constellations there as well. They show you the different constellations, do they?
Yeah, we can show you the different constellations. What we also do is show you what's in the night sky that night.
Okay.
So we'll show you the stars that you would see above your house if it was nice and clear, and the constellations you'll see. And at the moment, you can actually see a couple of planets. So you can see Mars and Saturn. So we can let you know where to look for Mars and Saturn in the night sky tonight.
You have to let me know.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Great. We'll move on.
So this is basically just where you come out of the digital theatre.
Okay.
And we've got lots of panels here, just talking about the history of the planetarium, just down through the ages, starting from when the planetarium first started back into the 1980s, how things have developed over the years.
Yeah.
Our digital theatre system in there it's actually state of the art.
Yeah.
It's called DigiStar 4. And it runs on 2 projectors. Before that we had a DigiStar 3 system, but our DigiStar 4 system is like kind of moving from normal TV to HD.
Okay.
Things are a lot brighter.
It's more
and
advanced now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the shows are amazing in it as well. We can do a lot more in-house, so our theatre manager can actually build shows, build star shows, show you the constellations and things that you will see from your house.
Okay.
So if you live maybe in a town or a city, we'll show you the stars that you're missing, especially if you live in Belfast or Dublin.
Yeah.
You don't see that
You don't
many
see-
stars.
Yeah.
And you'd be lucky maybe even to see Venus, the brightest planet that you'll see. It's very, very difficult to see. I know we had a family that came over from London, and they were in the digital theatre and we were showing them stars, and the wee fella said, he couldn't believe it. He said, there's that many stars in the night sky, and we're telling him there is, and they'd never seen stars before,
Oh, no
because he lived in
experience.
London.
Yeah. Oh.
So it's very nice to bring them in there, show them what they can see, and then hopefully enthuse them that they will actually go out somewhere in a nice dark area and then have a wee look up into the night sky. But it was one of the very first sort of satellites that were sent up. It's kind of possibility to look for other life out there. So you can see it has got a gold panel on here.
Yes.
And that is basically sort of a little map to show where we are in the solar system.
Okay.
So if anyone was to find it, they would know how to find us. And it's also
worrying.
it is a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried about it myself. But it's actually one of the most famous satellites. most people have heard of the Voyager satellite as well. So it would have also carried a lot of music as well.
Why is that?
To show sort of what Earth had, you know, what we did here. It had like little poems, music, pictures as well. So if anybody ever did find it outside of our solar system, they would know what Earth's like.
Okay.
So we're giving them a lot of information, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. I've heard of the Voyager, but I didn't know it was carrying a snapshot of Earth with it.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. And it was sent up in the 70s as well.
Great.
So in here, it's a bit messy. We've had a speakers in here today,
Yeah.
but this is our rocket building room.
Okay.
So during the summer and for school groups, bank holidays, this is a very popular room because this is where we will actually build rockets.
Yeah.
We'll bring the kids outside and they get to launch them.
Okay. Oh, they actually launched them.
They really launch them, yeah.
wow.
So a lot of people come in here and they think, oh, we're building rockets and they're making the fins and all, and then what next? And you bring them out and they're just amazed to see how far they go. Very tall. So what we'll do is we'll get the kids just to put their names on that there. So let's see which one goes the furthest then.
Don't think I'll be winning this competition somehow.
So what we'll do is we put our little weights onto the bottom of it.
Okay.
So I like to tell children it's our astronaut that we're sending into space.
Okay.
So he goes onto the bottom of our rocket like this.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's brilliant. And then we get our nose cone and you kind of fold it into the shape of a party hat. So this is the tricky bit I always kind of have problems with, but kind of a bit like this, just into a party hat cone shape. Yep, that's it. And then we're going to pop that over the astronaut, so we have to get a bit of tape, get this down.
Okay. So I think the kids will be better at this than me. Okay.
Yeah, that goes over the top. Yeah.
Oh, this is the top.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's it. So it's kind of
Looking out the other way with the top.
looking a little bit like a rocket now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to tape the whole way around then.
I did warn you.
This might be the rocket, so surprise.
We'll see.
So next is the wings. This is the last part then
Okay.
of our rocket building. So these just go on just around the side.
Just grab one of these wings. is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Just tape them in just to the side.
Okay, I think you lost me.
Yep, that's it.
Just like that. Okay, so on both sides.
Yep, just tape them to the side. Make sure they don't fall off then, right?
Per rock, no wings. Quite excited about it, man. I hope it goes quite far. And how does it actually launch? What do you do?
Well, we'll have to put some very special rocket fuel into it.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's dihydrogen oxide or H2O.
Sounds a bit dangerous. I think we should have paid more attention to science.
So we're going to half fill them. And we do have a very special launcher outside our launch pad, and this will launch them quite far. They should go pretty far today. Ready to So we're going to fill them up halfway up. So put just a funnel.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll make our way then over to our launch pad. So this is our very special launcher here.
Yeah.
We'll do a bit of a countdown as well. Why not?
Okay,
So,
no problem. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1. I kind of meant the height of the string.
I'll let you do the second one as well. I'm not confident with that. This will complete now. Oh god, I don't know. We'll give it a countdown again as well. So 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. So yes, quite a
best rocket we've probably had here at the planetarium, if you can see the building up there with the green roof, it actually went right up to the building with the green roof, which is the observatory buildings. So the worst rocket we've ever had
Was my one.
well, definitely not. That was a great rocket. The worst rocket we've had kind of came towards me as I launched it, so it went straight up, and the wind took it towards me, so it landed just about there.
It was like die for cover.
Yeah, it didn't make much headway at all.
Oh, that was great. No, I've had a really good day, and it's a good experience for all the family, isn't it?
Oh, it is indeed, yeah. That's what we focus on, is just family fun. Bring the family here for a fun day out, and at the same time you do learn a lot. As I say, we'll show you the night sky, you'll see the stars, the constellations. Enthuse you to go out, have a wee look at it in the night sky that night, and then at the same time you can do some rocket launching.
You can have a go at launching a rocket.
Exactly.
Where else can you do that?
And in the summer you could maybe be an astronaut for a day. We've got lots of events planned for the summer, maybe even be a Jedi, Star Wars Jedi. We've got some pinhole camera workshops where you can make your very own pinhole camera. It takes a 5-month exposure, so it shows you the path of the sun over 5 months. So you will have to leave it out for 5 months, yeah, but it's worth it in the end to see the picture that it actually makes.
The length of the experiment would be worth it.
It is indeed, yeah. And then we'll also have rockets at the end of the summer, where we'll have bigger rockets than this.
Oh gosh.
They actually go about 600 or 700 foot up into the air.
Oh, I think that was big enough for me.
So there's a proper good bang with those ones as well.
Okay.
So yeah, there's lots of fun here for the family to be had.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thanks, Rona.
Thank you.